And we are live and we are on time. When does this ever happen?
Oh well, this happens every week. What do you mean, when does this ever happen?
All right.
Vinnie, you're the most on-time guy I know. Like, one time somebody called me on the phone and they said, hey, who's on time? I said, oh, it must be Vinnie. He's on time. And there it was. Boom, done.
Anyways, subscribe, share, whatever platform you're watching us on. We do this every Monday and Friday at 4 p.m. We try to give you insight into the market and give you the ability to win some money. I'm going to have the scroller on the screen right now.
The scroller?
Be ready
is the
for
scroller
this.
Similar to a high roller?
Nothing at all. But talking about high rolling and gambling, you know what's not a gamble is getting knowledge from you about the lending business. You want to jump in first?
So let's take a look. So a lot of you are all going, what's going to happen this week? When is the market imploding? Everything's going downhill. It's any moment the market's going to crash. So what's going to happen this week? Well, interesting stuff. Wednesday, we have our building permits being issued. So what's that going to tell us? How many homes are being built? That's kind of really, really important. And then the other thing is housing starts. So if you want to know if there's going to be a lot of inventory hitting is demand going to outpace supply? Well, the problem is there's already more demand than there's supply, and you can only build houses so quick. So if it takes 1 year to build a house, on Wednesday, when we find out all these housing starts, guess what's going to happen? We're still going to be short on inventory.
I mean, that's why they opened it up. Probably, I think it was this year, maybe it was last year, ADUs to make it easier to build accessory dwellings to the property. So that was something that they really try to help out. But again, we're at a massive shortage. I've said these numbers multiple times. We're at about 3,000 properties on the market. We were about 2,000 a couple months back. So yes, we are getting more inventory, yet we're drastically under where we need to be. We've been drastically under where we need to be for a while, but even more so today. So more inventory, and we're going to get into the numbers. Before we get into those numbers,
wow, that was just like Disney.
It was question time.
It was very similar to going to Disney World and watching your special effects, my friend.
Question time. All right. At what price did the most expensive VA finance single family home sell for in San Diego this year during the 2021 year? Okay. VA finance loan. All right. So text the number, myself or David, for your chance to win.
And for those of you who are wondering, what's the VA limit on houses? How much VA house can you buy for this money down? Questions, my friend, is why you should go to our VA seminar so you get the answers. But just as a small tidbit, VA requires no money down. It's one of the best loans in the business. So thank you for your service out there. Vinny's a big supporter of military. I'm a big supporter. And we would love to answer your questions about VA. So hopefully you can get this one right here and win $58.
And that was question time. That was question time. All right. And so we're getting to the numbers of kind of what's been hitting the market. We talked about low inventory. We've been fairly consistent. You've been seeing about 1,000 properties hitting the market every week. The last couple of weeks, we're seeing that 900. Something to think about and remember is, again, agents are a little bit slow to putting their properties on the market, so they backdate the dates a little bit. So some of these 900 numbers can jump up a little bit, maybe into the 1,000 mark. That's 783 for last week. I'm going to put money on it that it's going to jump up also. So we've been fairly consistent. If you look back how these numbers compare to last year, right, you'll see that we were at about 1,000 properties, and then we slowly started kind of coming down a little bit to the 900s, 800s, 700s. Once we start to get into the holiday months, we'll see how August treats us, and then September. But yeah, we were still fairly consistent in those thousand properties on a weekly basis last year. So we'll see how this year kind of treats us. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot more inventory to get to a what's called a balanced market. A balanced market is if every property, no new property on the market, we'd be sold out by 6 months. Okay. Mind you, we haven't been to a balanced market for a long period of time. A couple, probably about 3 weeks or so. So something to think about. We need a lot more inventory to get there where we need to get there.
There's I forgot to mention something, Vinnie, but near the end of this month, there's 2 important events that are going to go on. One is the Fed meets down at Jackson Hole, which is where they go over what's called their tapering. Tapering means they're going to stop spending so much money into our market buying bonds, which will actually make rates go up. So that's not good. So near the end of this month, look for some important data from this coming out going, is the Fed going to taper or are they not going to taper? The other thing that happens near the end of this month is preseason football coming back around. But guess who doesn't have a football team in their city?
Don't say it.
Okay, we're not going to go there. But we have a baseball team. So we do have a baseball team. So we still got some good stuff going on.
Go Padres.
There we go.
Yeah, so we have a couple of things coming on. We have about a month and a half. We'll see how the moratorium on evictions plays out. We'll see how Jackson Hole doesn't have a football team.
That is correct. Jackson Hole does not have a football team. Emmanuel, you are very correct, my friend. They do not have a football team, but it's a beautiful place to go where a lot of people with money go to talk about other people's money and problems.
You're talking about San Diego?
No, Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Anyways, all right. Well, thank you for guys watching. Hopefully, I know we're getting a lot of text messages. So we'll see if someone won the prize for the VA finance purchase.
I will tell you, for the person that just texted me, it is not an IB.
What's funny is, again, you'll be surprised that some agents will put the wrong information out there. There was a property based off the MLS that I think sold for $685 million in San Ysidro using the VA financing. Wow. I'm going to bet money on it. There was a mix-up, and it didn't actually sell for $685 million. So for people that are curious out there, that was probably a mix-up.
Yes. And for those of you out there who are wondering, me and Vinnie get a lot of these questions. A lot of people go, well, what's the biggest mistake I can make while I'm trying to buy a house? Let me tell you the biggest mistake you can make. Hire the wrong realtor. Hire a good one. If you hire a ding dong, that will be a massive mistake for you.
Why did you point at me when you said hire the wrong realtor? Hire the wrong realtor. What the heck? You're supposed to say hiring the wrong realtor. Hire the right realtor. Like, oh my goodness.
So that's why it's important that you call a true professional. Don't pick your former brother's, cousin's, uncle's, former sister's roommate to be your realtor. Pick a pro. Choose wisely.
All right. And then we're going to do a random real estate question again in the near future. So reach out to us about that and we'll coordinate that. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, please share, and have a great rest of your day.